Hey, Mom.
Hey, honey bunny.
I've been wanting to make this video with you for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Because people keep asking me every once in a while, what got me started in hoarding? Like buying all these movies. You know what I mean? Because I just wanted to have this conversation with you on camera here.
Right.
About the history of hoarding, of my hoarding, whatever. Because all this ain't you.
No.
You know what? I'm just want to have a conversation with you about where do you think it all started? I think it started when I was being babysat by Kelly, this our old babysitter.
Mm-hmm.
When was that? The 80s? Early 90s.
Early 90s, yes.
And I believe me and Casey went over there, and she only had like select videotapes recorded off a TV, and she only had like 2 or 3 that we can pick from.
Okay.
And 2 of them that I remember are now my all-time favorite movies.
Oh, yeah.
And one of them was Look Who's Talking, and the other one was The Goonies. And that's when I started falling in love with Goonies, because I'd never seen it before until then.
Right.
And then I started watching it, and I'm like, holy shit, this is the best thing ever. And then I couldn't wait until going to her house again, just so I could watch that movie. That's when the love of movies started for me.
Yes.
That was before I found out that Dad was in some of them, and about Shock 'em Dead, and
yeah.
the little extra thing he did in Raging Bull. But yeah, that was a long time afterwards. But I'm just trying to figure out what it was that got me addicted to like having to go out every Tuesday, having to like get the new ones. I'm trying to figure out what it was, because I know the Blockbuster I work at was one of the first places that I started hoarding at. That one, and there was a Hollywood Video next door,
right,
or across the street.
Well, that's when I think it must have started when you were in grade school, because you and then you and your sister, whenever she got older enough. I guess once you were on the playground after school, or at the after school playground, they would let you, if you were a certain age or grade, go ahead and go off campus and go to like Thrifties to get munchies or something.
Yeah, because you gave me like a note saying I can do that,
I guess.
And like they had like Thrifties, and I used to go and get those lollipops. They used to have these lollipops there. I forgot what kind they were, like Tootsie Pops or lollipops. And if on the wrapper, when you take off the wrapper and put the lollipop in your mouth, and if the wrapper had like a star on it,
oh right,
you can get a free one. I remember that back in the day. I think it was Tootsie Pops, but I'm not sure. But then when I would go out there to get that stuff, I guess that's when my obesity started too. But but then I would go to that place, and then Hollywood Video, or one of these Blockbuster, one of the two. I think Blockbuster was first. And it was there, and then I just sort of like, okay, here's Thrifties.
Yeah.
All I had to do was cross the street, and there it was. And I think I just sort of like walked around and remember looking at boxes of VHS tapes at the time. And I also remember my Blockbuster, because this is the same store I work at now. And
it's sort of ironic, but anyway.
Yeah. And I remember that they used to rent out VCRs and
that's right,
or like like different players and video game systems, and these weird suitcases.
Right. Yeah.
I remember like leaving the after school program with that note saying that I can go over there and get a couple things or whatever. And I remember walking out of the school, because it was elementary school at the time. And I remember leaving the school campus, walking to the end of the campus, and right across the street there was this house. And this house had like a little brick wall, which a couple of the kids always used to like jump over to get the Thrifties and the video store quicker instead of having to walk like a mile and a half around.
Right.
And guys, speaking of the gate that I would leave, this is a school, Nevada Avenue School, that I used to go to for elementary school. This is the gate right here that I would leave the after school program for and walk down this little pathway, to jump over the wall to go to like, the Thrifties to get, candy or whatever, and then find Blockbuster. And it's not too far down here. There's still kids here because kids still go to school here. I'm at the end of the school here where the gate ends. And I usually would walk across this little street right here. Look both ways, obviously, is what, my parents always taught me. There's the school. And right over here is where I used to make my pathway to go and jump over the gate here. But usually, it wasn't all fixed up and nice how it is now. It used to be all kind of like broken down right here. Like, it would end like right here and be kind of like, shaky and weird. and then I would like, you know, jump onto this, jump on here, and then jump on, you know, over the wall to go to Blockbuster and you know, Hollywood Video and Thrifties and stuff that used to be over here. Blockbuster's still there, but I'll show you what it looks like on the other side of this wall. Alright guys, I'm on the other side of the wall right now. Remember you guys, I showed you the school on the other side. It's starting to get dark now. I would like, you know, jump over that thing, get on this, and then jump over here, and then go straight on this way. But I remember the dirt pile used to be piled up even more, but on this side, so it wasn't like a whole fall, like a whole drop down over here. But then, you know, the school's over there, I jumped the wall over here, and then I would make my way this way. It's all different now. Like there was no parking lot right here. I would make my way this way because now it's a Lowe's shopping center and some other stuff. I used to come with a couple of friends, jump over the wall, you know, with a couple of extra bucks in my pocket to go, you know, get some movies or some candy. I'm almost there where Thrifties and Hollywood Video used to be back in the day. Remember, the wall is just right back there, not but like a half a second away. And I remember this right here, like I said, it used to be all business building. It wasn't all opened up like this. Like this right here, like wasn't here. It was just like buildings, like office buildings or something back in the day. This is the Lowe's shopping center. Right here now it's like Wells Fargo Bank and a bunch of other stuff. Like this building right here pretty much stayed the same how it is now. But right here used to be like Thrifties. Thrifties used to be like right here to get the candy, and Hollywood Video used to be just right at the end over here, at the end of this little shopping center, end of Lowe's. And then right across the street from Lowe's is Blockbuster. And that's how easy it was to go, you know, start my hoarding. As you can see, I didn't walk very far and the stuff is just right there. There's no way in hell now I'm gonna be able to jump over that shit.
Oh yeah, no.
But it was just cool back in the day. I just leave the campus, you know, swing on around, jump right over that thing, and right over there it would be.
Oh yeah.
You know, I don't know, that was always a fun time coming back with treats for Casey because she didn't leave campus.
Yeah, she couldn't. She was too little.
She was too little,
yeah.
and I just brought her back a couple little things or whatever.
Right.
No, I think that's when it all started. Is when I started doing that and we started renting tapes a lot.
Right.
And but that's renting them and watching them.
Right.
I'm still trying to figure out. I'm supposed to right here. We're still trying to talk out what got me started into like complete hoarder fiend status. It all started when we moved from this one place that we used to live at. Okay,
because that's when I remember you telling me you guys woke up. I don't know, an Easter or something. I had gotten you each a video Power Ranger.
It was Power Rangers, wasn't it? When you started, and I started collecting those things like crazy. They used to put them out in different episodes and stuff.
I guess.
I knew that was something like that.
And I think what helped was, okay, so then we moved and we're in that location, and you going to Sutter, when you would walk home, you would see Richard's place, which is called, or was called, Video Plus. It's no longer there.
Yeah, it was a cool place. The pizza place that's still there. Mm. There used to be, the video store used to be right next to this Guido's Pizza. I think the Guido's Pizza is still there.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I'm across the street from my old junior high school, Sutter Junior High. And when I used to go here, I used to always, after school, cross the street, you know, use the crosswalk, of course, and cross the street, and come right over to the shopping center, right over here. And I used to go to this old video store called Video Plus. I always remember walking down this aisle, you know, this little walkway here. This place has always been here, this nail salon. I used to come up here all the time and hoard up at this video store called Video Plus back in the day. Like, everything's changed. It's not really the same that much. The nail salon and the cleaners in the shopping center are the same. That and the Guido's Pizza that I used to go to all the time, which is right over here. This is some of the best pizza in the valley out here. But right next door, used to be like right here, used to be Video Plus, but now it's a cafe and it turned into a cigarette shop. So it's like a cafe slash cigarette shop now. It just shows that good old days are gone. No more Video Plus, because I used to go in here and they used to have like the new releases, you know, after they've been out for a couple of weeks for like $10 or $9.99 or $10.86 or whatever the hell it is with tax. But I used to go here all the time, every day after school, rent some movies, go on home, you know, not do homework. You know how that roll. You know how I roll with that shit.
Video Plus was Richard.
Video Plus, yeah.
And the reason we say Richard is because he was the
main guy that ran the
there.
store that we always talked to about stuff.
And for years we thought he owned the store, and he didn't. He was just a manager or a worker there.
Yeah.
But I think that's what got you interested in buying them, because the only thing I can remember, the first thing I can remember is the things you would buy would always be $10.81. That's what VHSs used from Richard's store would cost.
What's
$10.
up?
Oh, hi, Roey.
What's up, man? You want to be part of the video, man? What's up? Get up there. Okay. But, so it was like $10.81. I think you can get like 2 for 10 or...
No. This one was the VHS. It was $10
for
with
one.
tax. It was his used videos. Remember, he would have them in that.
Yeah, but right behind the shelf. Yeah.
Right.
They used to have those there, and but I think it all started with me collecting was the Power Ranger tapes.
From me buying it.
Buying them, then I always wanted to get the other ones that were released. Like first there was like Day of the Dumpster, then like Height Fright and blah blah blah.
Okay.
Food Fight, whatever the hell. And there's a bunch of stuff. I think that might have been the start of it. Me having to get all of the other ones that they had.
Oh, okay.
I think that might have been it.
Okay.
But I'm still trying to figure out what was it that got me start crazy. When did that happen?
So
hold on, Marla, what are you doing? You gonna sit right here?
Go ahead and sit. There you go.
Here, I'll move the remote. Sit right there. Come on, sit down. There you go.
Okay. There we
Hey there, how you doing? It all started from the Video Plus store. Oh yeah.
I think so.
And I started buying little by little. And then I remember going to Targets back in the day, just to the regular go shopping or whatever. And they used to have They used to have VHS tapes there for like $4.97.
Oh, okay.
Or $3.97 or something like that. Just like how they have $5 Blu-ray ones.
Right.
But they used to have VHS tapes. Like I remember seeing stuff like The War. What's that one? Girls Always Want to Have Fun movie. Always over there. Just like always the same kind of titles, just like Target has now, but just VHS status. And I used to go there a lot. And Moby Disc was one of the places. And
oh yeah, you come home with bags from there.
Yeah.
Because I would drop him off at Laser Tag.
Yeah.
And he would be there practically all day.
Yeah.
And he'd come home with just bags.
Like bags of VHS tapes. So, like I would spend like $20 and get like 15 tapes at a time, because like they had an all-day pass at this Laser Tag place, and it was like $20 or something. And I think I always brought 40, and I always spent 20 on. I'm like, Mom, could I have? This is back before I had a job or money and stuff. I'm like, Mom, can I get $40? 20 for the all-day pass or 25 for the all-day pass. And the rest I'll just get like something to eat or something to drink, and just never eat nothing or drink shit, and just buy the fucking movies.
Yeah.
But that was back in the VHS era. But when it came to DVD, I pretty much had my job at McDonald's or AMC or whatever. I always had a job, so I pretty much bought all the DVDs that you see in here, give or take some for like Christmas presents or whatever. But I think the real bad DVD hoarding started when I was living by myself.
Oh.
When I had my own place.
Why?
Huh?
You think so?
I think that's when I started getting a crap ton of them.
Of DVDs. Okay.
Because before I moved out, it was pretty much just a lot of VHS tapes. Which we soon
sold in the store mainly. Or?
Yeah, the little video store that we used to have, or a swap meet store.
Yeah.
But I don't know what. So do you think that what it was? The Power Ranger tapes back in the day, I think, triggered me having to collect and having to have everything I wanted.
I guess if that's what came to your mind when I said it, I guess so.
That's what I'm thinking, because those old Power Ranger tapes, I have like 1 or 2 still just for like nostalgia purposes. I gave some to Gabriel, and I think that's what it was. It all started with Power Ranger tapes.
Okay.
Then I started going to Richards and seeing strike up a relationship with him, kind of a cool guy, having those things back there, always renting martial art movies there.
Yeah.
And then like the Young Dragons movies. Those movies are always cool. I think I needed 1 or 2 more to complete my collection of them. And that's when my love of martial art films happened.
It was at Richards.
It was at Richards, watching the 5 or 10 he had there. And then when I grew up a little bit more and I started going to Suncoast, Suncoast was the only place I knew at the time. This is before Amazon or any online kind of stuff. Like in stores were the only places you can get stuff. And I remember going the Suncoast and going, what is that? Like it says Drunken Master.
Oh, right.
Or like, you know, like I started hoarding up on Jackie Chan movies. Like anything I could find Jackie Chan, I was like, I'm on that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then as soon as I was done hoarding up on his stuff, there was a couple of guys that were in his movies. I'm like, bye Milo. But you know, there's a couple of guys in his movies, like you and Biao and Sammo Hung. I'm like, those guys are cool too. And then I started hoarding up on their movies.
Right.
And then it all started like, oh shit. And then those guys are in those guys' movies. Same thing with like American films.
Mm-hmm.
I think it all started like that. But yeah, I think it all the love of movies started at Kelly's, my babysitter's house, with Goonies and Look Who's Talking.
Right.
Those were the two. I used to love movies going to the theaters and stuff too.
Yeah.
That's for a whole nother video.
Yeah.
But actual physical format was Look Who's Talking and the Goonies, which got me going, this is awesome. I love movies and I want to start having some of my own.
Right.
You know, so I think that's what it is, guys.
After all that discussion.
Yeah, it might be edited down, but that's pretty much the history of my hoarding.
Mm.
And for all you guys that leaving comments and stuff, does your mom buy you all your movies that you have?
Hell no.
You know, no.
No, maybe when he was younger.
Yeah, like the VHS status.
You know, but like when he talked about going to the laser tag place or whatever and then hoarding up on the videos afterwards, I did not give him that much money to buy videos. He would save money from his allowance and whatnot.
Or like, she'll give me like lunch money and like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, Mom, can I get like $7 for some nachos? But then like, not get the nachos and just like, you know what I mean? Like, save it up so I can go to the video store afterwards and get a video.
My kids would not eat lunch at grade school. They would save their lunch money and go get other things. Oh my God, I could never figure out for the longest time. They come home from school and they were just raving hungry. Well, now I know why, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, but just for you guys who always ask that question and stuff, does your mom buy you everything? And what does your mom think about your hoardings? Like what is, you know, we talked about this once in another video which I didn't use, but my friend JW Universe or James asked me this question, asked me a question for my Q&A, and I just wanted to save it for this. And yeah, so his question was,
what does your mom think about your whole living room of movies? Does she care about all of those movies like scattered about your apartment and stuff? Or is she just like you? Is she a hoarder as well?
What does your mom think about the whole house being filled with movies? Does it drive you crazy? Does it, like, you know what I mean? It's one of those questions that I know I get a lot too.
No, because since it evolved over, since
yeah, I mean,
no.
Yeah, be truthful though. You're like, you want to choke me because you want to have like a little vanity in the corner?
Well, no, okay. It all, grew kind of at the same time, and it all came about so slowly that I'm so used to having them here, I don't, think about it. Now, granted, I like to be a little bit truthful. We used to have a nice kitchen table. Well, I mean, not a nice one, but a kitchen table back here where I could sit. I know, where I could sit and do my bills. I know. But at least we could sit there and, whatever, do my bills or whatever. Now, it doesn't really, his bookcases back there don't take up that space. But if I were to put another table in there, you could. It would just be ridiculous.
You could.
I know. But that's the only thing. Other than that, I mean,
yeah,
doesn't bother me.
Yeah, but when you
plus we never ate it. I mean, we had tables throughout our life. Yeah, I know you're supposed to eat with your family at the dinner table. And me growing up in the 50s, I feel very badly. Oh my God, I didn't keep that up, and the children never really had a table where we sat and ate. Well, yes, they did, up until a certain point where media takes over and we all eat in front of the TV set. So,
but the table that we did have before I put the stuff there was broken.
Yeah.
And we threw it away.
Yeah.
And then I moved everything out of storage because we needed extra income. Yeah. And then it just sort of happened. We just never got another table.
Yeah, I know.
There's a space there, but we just never did anything with it.
I know.
All right, guys. I guess that's the history of my hoarding and answering a question about what she really thinks about my hoarding. And don't worry, I'm not going to slap her around and tell her what to say or anything. You know what I mean?
Right.
But Yeah.
That's what I meant to say. It all evolves so slowly. I'm used to it. I'm never without it.
Alright guys, that was the end of our history of hoarding video. Thanks guys for watching, and I guess we'll see you guys all in the next one. You're not gonna say goodbye?
Oh, goodbye.
What's wrong with you?